I know not all of you here on YouTube or my blog or wherever are Christian, so you may not know what the fourth commandment is, which is fine. I think a lot of Christians would say they don't remember which one is the fourth. It is, remember the Sabbath and keep it holy. And this is super important for anybody with a job, not just leaders, not just people in for-profit businesses. It is important, I think, for everyone. I think it's particularly important here in the West to remember the Sabbath and keep it holy. And I think it's important for us as human beings. So this isn't a video here for Christians. This isn't about proselytizing. This is, I think, important for us to live and to be healthy. So let me tell you why. It's something I've been reflecting on a lot over the last couple of years, and I keep finding myself having conversations with people about it almost every week, and it hits them. And so I hope that this is helpful for you. The reason I think the commandment, remember the Sabbath and keep it holy, is so important is because we struggle so much to rest. Unlike this dog who I'm walking past. He's not resting. He is guarding his yard. He does not love me walking past. It's important for us to take time off. And especially as somebody who has his own business. A lot of people I talk to, they're like, oh boy, running your own business, that's 24/7. You got to be working all the time those first few years. And I don't. I do not. I am an 8 to 5, Monday through Friday kind of guy. I have been that way since I left Missouri State University, where I was working 80 hours a week, and I was burning out, and it was literally killing me. I couldn't live that life anymore. I decided not to. So instead, I set some boundaries. And even when I started my business Fieldway last year, I kept those boundaries. You know, I've had a few evenings here or there, some stuff I've done. I get really interested in my work. I want to keep doing it, but I know that it's not healthy to keep working all the time. And so I take time off, particularly on the Sabbath, which we treat Sunday as the Sabbath. Here's the reasons it's important. It is important because if we don't rest, then we can't be as creative in our work. We won't do as good a job. And if we're not doing as good a job, we're not going to get as good of results. It is also important because the Sabbath reminds us that a lot of our success does not come from our work. We can rest and still succeed and still have good outcomes. And it's important for us to remember that. Now, I believe that partially. I think part of this, I believe, because the Lord our God provides for us. He is my business developer. He's given me guidance, and God has taken care of us and providing for us. But I think it's also important for us to remember, particularly in the West, and particularly somebody like me, a white Anglo-Saxon male Protestant, I have so much privilege, and I recognize that. And success is not entirely through my effort. And it is important for me to pause and to reflect on that and to practice a discipline of humility in my rest. And remembering the Sabbath helps me engage in that discipline of humility, that I am blessed that I live in this wealthy nation and have so many opportunities because of so many things that I did not do. And so I think remembering the Sabbath to keep it holy has multiple positive impacts on our life. It helps keep us humble. It helps keep us recharged. It helps us do better work. It gives us time to build relationships. And the more I think about it, the more I think it is just so underappreciated. The value of taking at least a day, a whole day of rest and reflecting on the blessings that we have and how just, everything going on in our lives. So I'm actually starting some notes. I'm writing a book right now already. on a different topic about leadership and the obligations we have to our teams. But I think my next book, once I finish this one, is going to be about remembering the Sabbath, a guide for, I don't know what to call it, because it's not just for business leaders. Like, I've talked with people who work at nonprofits who are just sort of like staff, who have found this discussion to be really helpful. If you find it helpful, please let me know in the comments. Would love to talk more about it, get some feedback as I'm starting to write these notes and think more about the various benefits, the very many benefits that we get from following the fourth commandment and the discipline of humility that it can instill in us.